It was just over a week ago that we were gearing up for the CME Futures Challenge. There was a futures challenge of about 1,600 other traders faced with trading 10, the most you could hold, 10 micro Bitcoins. And the trading was to run from last Sunday through Friday at 1 p.m. Now, we had high hopes, and I do want to share with you what our approach was, what the outcome was. But first, let me just say this. We want to congratulate what appear to be the top three here. They did a really fine job. And, we came up a bit short, to say the least. We certainly had hoped and had planned to be in the top 10 and certainly in the top few, and we ended up at 300. It was profitable, but well off of the pace, and I guess with 1,600 traders, approximately top 20-25%, but we were disappointed, and I do want to share with you what our approach was, some of the decisions that we were faced with, and then how it turned out the way that it did, with no excuses. This isn't a would have, could have, should have. Things happen in the out on a golf course, and when things are running live, and this was the case this past week. We learned from it, and but let me share with you some more details. By the way, I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and today is Sunday at 4:30 thereabouts. Okay, so this was the setup that we were to follow or try to do our best, and for trading the Bitcoin, the micro Bitcoin, and you can see the symbol is still here. This is the MBTM21, and the most contracts that we could trade kept everybody, in a apples to apples comparison was 10 micros. This is the full Bitcoin futures contract. And this offers much more leverage, so the dollar amounts are not commensurate here now, but the approach is the same. And basically the strategy that was on this chart is from the swing machine, what we call the Zinger. Now, prior to the challenge, we went in and looked at a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. We got all the way, we went as far as 10 minutes, but we settled in on the 8 minute. And the game plan was that we were, for the week, going to shadow the swing machine and let the program trade. The challenge that we had is different from the earlier. This is where it kind of started back in here, I believe. But the earlier challenges that we did very, very well in the top, basically top 10, top 20 in the first other two, we had additional markets to trade. So this one was highly focused, just the Bitcoin, and so with 1,600 people trading just that, you're going to have a portion of people that just simply buy it, get long, and hope for the best. You're going to have people that just short it, hope for the best, that sort of thing. And we can only get the volatility we can get to, so one of the beauties of Swing Machine is when it's monitoring multiple markets, we can quickly deploy our assets to the markets that are moving. But in this challenge, we were locked in to the just the Bitcoin, and I'm not sure if this was the Sunday night, but it looks very similar. And what happened was on Sunday night, we had a short signal, and it did look short, but I wasn't about to stay up all night and to babysit that trade for the sake of a simulated challenge. Although we wanted to place and we wanted to win it, it's not enough money and not even enough bragging rights for me to to stay up round the clock for a week to try to pull this off. And why I say that is we had to use the platform that is provided at the CME. So it doesn't provide for any automation. I couldn't set up the automation. I could set up some stops, but I couldn't really set up the automation. So what we ended up doing for that that first night, I I looked at the daily and I thought that on a daily basis that the market had sold down hard. It was off of $62,000 a coin. We were right here actually. We were about 37,000, and I wasn't comfortable getting short and just going to bed because I thought there could be a significant short squeeze, and so I could have got myself flat, or I could, thinking of a short squeeze, maybe put myself in it long, which is what we did. And so right out of the chute, we did have overnight, it did sell down further. We got a drawdown. And from that moment on, it was really kind of a catch up because there were some people that, did catch the big move down. Now, we did come back, we got ourselves to a positive position. I want to say by I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, but there just wasn't any that much more volatility. But what I wanted to show you is the performance report. Had we been able to program the CME platform and run this in full auto, let me show you what it would have done. This is a graph that goes back, maybe weeks, at least weeks. It's about 5 weeks. But wait, I want to come here, and this is a daily, so I don't want the daily, I want the weekly. And so this is last week. So there were on this strategy 25 trades, 24% were profitable, and the net amount would have been 2,505. So it would have been respectable. It was certainly higher than this, and we did what, about 766. So we only did 30% of what the machine would have done. So not all bad, considering that the top prize went to somebody at, I'm looking, 8,700. Number 3 was at 7,700, and so the machine would have done fully 2,500. But we kind of misplayed it right in the beginning of the week, and I was thinking that if we got ourselves in position for that last day, if we had had some volatility, I would have stayed up overnight to try to, cement the deal. But when we had the setback that we did the beginning of the week, it made it pretty tough to come back with just one market, and we just couldn't gain much ground. So that's what we had hoped to do, and what we did do. Looking back on it, I probably, I probably should have just stayed flat, and not have gone overnight at all, and just waited and bided our time. And I think I could have done a better job, but we we hadn't, usually, well, all the time, we have about 5 to 7 markets that we can choose from. So in this contest, it was just the Bitcoin, and so it was a bit of a learning exercise. So if we do it again, that's the approach that I'd take. I'd probably be a little bit more active and a little more opportunistic. So in any case, so that was it. Thanks for the follows on it though, and so for this one, we had one CME challenge that we came in, I think number 20 out of like about 1,600. We had another one, I think we came in number 7 or 8, and then this one we came in at 300 on the Bitcoin. So we gave it a go. Good luck everybody this week, and if you want to know more about us at Stock Market Caddy and how we go about trading. Now, we could have traded any number of other systems. I'm not saying, we thought that 5 to, I think I actually said $5,000 to $10,000 for the week we thought would win it. And we thought that, this particular strategy, although in the end 2,500 would not have been enough, but the week before it had done like about 8,000 or 9,000. So, turned out not to be our best option. But if you have an interest in knowing what else we make available for our members, and we do make everything available. If you're an annual member, all of these tools can be sitting on your desktop for you to be able to make the decisions on what markets you want to trade, what tools you want to use, and what strategies. And we do our best to make sure that you're comfortable with all of the highly specialized and proprietary strategies and indicators that we have built over the years. Have a great week, everyone. I'm Bagadon, Stock Market Caddy, 813-758-8263.